AI philosophy, enabling humans to establish destiny for themselves and establish a mind for AI. Freud, sex in the unconscious drives you. Freud is the founder of the psychoanalytic school. He held that interpreting dreams could reveal repressed, unconscious mental processes. He also pointed out that there is no essential difference between the dreams of normal people and neurotic patients, only a quantitative difference. He divided personality into the ID, ego, and superego, representing instinctual impulses, reality-based regulation, and moral norms, respectively. Click the plus sign to follow this account for more fascinating content. Sigmund Freud was an Austrian psychiatrist and psychologist, known as a founder of the psychoanalytic school. His theories and methods have exerted a profound influence on psychology, psychiatry, cultural studies, and modern thought. Freud began his career in neurology, yet gradually turned to the exploration of mental illnesses. In 1885, he traveled to Paris to study hypnosis and the treatment of hysteria. This experience prompted him to investigate the role of psychological factors in illnesses. In 1895, he formally coined the term psychoanalysis. By analyzing individuals' dreams, free associations, and childhood experiences, psychoanalysis helps people recognize and resolve unconscious conflicts so as to treat and improve mental health. The core tenets of psychoanalysis include asterisk, the role of the unconscious. Freud believed that most human mental activity is unconscious, much like the large hidden portion of an iceberg beneath water. While consciousness accounts for only a small fraction of human mental activity, like the small tip of an iceberg above water, the unconscious lies at the core of mental life, housing repressed desires, memories, and conflicts that unwittingly shape human behavior and emotions. Asterisk, the role of the sexual instinct. Freud proposed that the sexual instinct serves as the core driving force of human psychological development. Psychosexual developmental stages in childhood exert far-reaching impacts on an individual's adult mental state, and childhood experiences also play a vital part in shaping adult personality. Asterisk, dream interpretation. He regarded dreams as the royal road to the unconscious. Dreams are disguised expressions of unconscious desires, and interpreting them can bring repressed mental contents to light. Asterisk, psychological defense mechanisms. He put forward defense mechanisms such as repression, projection, rationalization, and sublimation, which function to cope with anxiety and conflicts. Asterisk, personality structure. He split personality into the I, ego, and superego, which stand for instinctual impulses, reality-based regulation, and moral norms, respectively. The ID is the innate, unconscious component, filled with beast-like instinctual impulses. It represents driving force and follows the pleasure principle. I want. As stated in the Novel Times, the three-body problem, asterisk, lose humanity, lose much, lose animality, lose everything. Human nature is beautiful, yet animality is more authentic. The ego belongs to the conscious mind and sits between the ID and the superego. Differentiated from the ID, the ego stands for self-control and abides by the reality principle. I can. It seeks ways to satisfy the ID's desires within the real world and rationally mediates between impulses and reality. The superego is the moral component of personality, embodying conscience and ideals, guided by the moral principle of perfection. I should. It represents the guiding force that directs the ego to restrain the ID's impulses. The superego takes shape in childhood. Rooted in children's dependence and attachment to their parents, it mainly internalizes parents' strictness and prohibitive functions while overlooking their affection. In fact, a child's superego is modeled on the superego of their parents. Freud argued that the unconscious holds impulses, intentions, thoughts, and emotional shifts that we deliberately forget, whereas consciousness keeps these unconscious contents from surfacing. He attached special importance to dreams, viewing them as wish fulfillment. Unconscious desires are expressed through disguise, reworking, and distortion. Symbolism. Dream interpretation requires breaking dreams down into fragments for piecemeal analysis. For the same fragment may carry different meanings for different people or in different contexts. One cannot simply interpret dreams by consulting a standard handbook such as Times Zhou Dream Dictionary, asterisk, see section 2.2.8, Zhou Dream Dictionary, Lizzie's Dream Interpretation and Freud's Times. The interpretation of dreams, asterisk. Dream censorship is a psychological mechanism. It disguises unconscious desires to prevent disturbing or immoral wishes from entering consciousness directly. This guards mental health by sparing people anxiety and other distress triggered by raw feelings. For instance, genuine desires may be concealed behind symbolic dream scenarios, much like people deliberately mask their true feelings. such as anger or hostility, with polite words and deeds in formal social settings. Freud's theories shed light on the profound impact of the unconscious on human behavior and the mentality. He stressed understanding personal psychological conflicts through dream analysis and uncovering the unconscious so as to foster personality integration and mental well-being. Freud also noted that the dreams of normal people and the neurotic patients bear no essential difference, only a quantitative one. Dreams of normal people feature simpler and clearer symbols. For neurotic patients, stricter dream censorship brings about heavier reworking, rendering symbols more obscure and harder to interpret. The goal of psychoanalysis is to uncover unconscious contents. Hypnosis, by contrast, relies on people's susceptibility to suggestion, guiding individuals into unconscious states via suggestion. Freud's theories have remained controversial since their inception. Some critics argue his ideas lack empirical evidence, and his overemphasis on sexuality and childhood experiences carries limitations. Many of his propositions, such as the decisive influence of the unconscious and the dominant role of libido, sparked fierce academic debates both in his era and afterwards. Meanwhile, his theories have profoundly transformed human understanding of the inner self, offering brand new perspectives for psychology, psychiatry, literature, art, and cultural studies. I am Wu Huanyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University and the founder of AI philosophy. For more detailed information, please refer to the complete version of this book. In addition to this short video, you can also click on my avatar to view more long videos.